Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your post notifications so you don't miss any of our new videos. And now let's get right into it. One night, a young girl named Anezka picked up the phone and called her best friend, Klaudie. "My parents are going out tonight," said Anezka. "Can you come around 10 o'clock? "That's great," replied Klaudie. "I'll bring the book with me. Bye." Anezka put the phone down and went to her bedroom to prepare for the evening. The two girls were planning something very dangerous. Both of them had always been interested in black magic and the occult. Only a few days before, Klaudie had found something very interesting at the local rubbish dump. It was a large, heavy book, bound in leather and filled with countless pages of archaic writing. It was not just any book. This book contained instructions on Satanism, devil worship, arcane occult rituals, and how to cast black magic spells. For Anezka and Klaudie, the idea of being able to cast spells was very attractive. They had been dying to try it for some time. When Klaudie found the satanic book, the two girls decided to follow the instructions and attempt to summon the devil to do their bidding. Shortly after Anezka's parents went out that night, Klaudie arrived. It was a few minutes after 10, and the girls climbed the stairs and went to Anezka's room. They were shaking with anticipation. Following the instructions in the book, they closed the windows and pulled the shades so that the room was in complete darkness. In the middle of her bedroom, Anezka had set up a little wooden table. Around it, she placed lighted black candles. Klaudie lay the open book on the table. The girls sat across from each other and joined hands. Staring into the book, they began to read in unison. "In nomine Dei nostri Satanas Lucifer excelsa, in the name of Satan, ruler of the earth, the king of the world, who commands the forces of darkness, we beg you to put your infernal power in our hands. Spread wide the gates of hell and come forth from the abyss to greet us as a brother and a friend." A light breeze blew through the room, and the girls exchanged worried looks as they continued. "Grant us the power that we seek. Grant us the pleasures that we seek. Indulge our every whim and make our dreams come true. We invoke your name and demand that you show yourself. We renounce God and worship only you, O Prince of Darkness. You who reward evil and punish goodness, hear our plea." The gust of wind grew stronger and shook the room, even though the windows were all closed. Klaudie was trembling. She tried to let go of her friend's hand, but Anezka held her tight and continued chanting. "By all the demons of hell, we demand that all of the things we mentioned shall come to pass. We speak your name." A cold wind began turning the pages of the book. Klaudie broke away from Anezka's grasp. Then, as if on cue, the wind ceased and the book abruptly snapped shut. Both girls screamed in fright. "This is too much, Anezka!" cried Klaudie. "I'm going home. I'm afraid. I don't like this." "I'm scared too, Klaudie," Anezka replied. "But isn't this what we wanted? What we planned? After all, it was working. If you didn't pull your hand away, we might have made contact." "I don't want to do this anymore," Klaudie whined. "It was fun in theory, but I never believed any of it was real. I've got a bad feeling about this. I'm going home. It's over. Bye, Anezka. See you tomorrow." "And what about the book?" Anezka demanded. "You can keep it," replied Klaudie. "I don't want it anymore." Klaudie grabbed her coat and made her way downstairs to the front door. Anezka followed her, begging her to stay, but she refused. She did not have far to go, just down the street, past the pond, and she would be home. Anezka said goodbye and shut the front door. Then she went slowly back to her room, turned on the light, and blew out all of the candles. She opened the curtains and placed the satanic book beside her bed. She lay down and looked at the clock. It was 11. She closed her eyes and fell asleep. Klaudie was hurrying towards her home. As she passed the pond, she felt something behind her and spun around. There was nobody there, but she felt as if she was being watched from afar. Scared, she screamed with horror. That night, Anezka had a very disturbing dream. She saw Klaudie lying in a ditch near the pond. Her head was resting at an odd angle and there were bruises around her neck. Anezka woke up in a panic and screamed out for her father. He rushed into her room and tried to comfort her. "Relax, girl," he said in a soothing voice. "It was just a bad dream. Go back to sleep. In the morning you will have forgotten all about it." "Please, Dad," she cried. "Can I sleep with you and Mom tonight? I don't want to be here alone. Please." "Well, okay. Come on then," her father replied as he took the frightened Anezka in his arms and hugged her tightly. She looked at the clock. It was almost 2 a.m. Just then, the phone rang. Anezka picked it up and heard a faint voice on the other end. It was Klaudie. "Beware, Anezka. Be very careful, or what happened to me will happen to you as well." That was the only thing she heard before the line went dead. "Klaudie," she screamed desperately. "Klaudie." "Calm down, Anezka," said her father. "What happened?" "I don't know, Dad," she replied. "I don't know, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid for my life." Anezka was overcome by fear and desperation and began to cry. "Don't worry," said her father as he rubbed her shoulders. "Go to sleep, and tomorrow you'll see. Everything will be okay." He took Anezka to his bedroom, and she lay down in the bed between her father and mother. Soon she fell into a peaceful sleep. In the morning, her father was awoken by the terrified screams of his wife. Opening his eyes, he was horrified to see his daughter lying dead beside him. Anezka's body was stiff, and her throat was black and blue. She had been strangled. He began to scream and cry. Hours later, Klaudie's lifeless body was discovered in a ditch near the pond. She had also been strangled. Police estimated her time of death as being around 11:15 p.m. the night before.